You have a change of heart, wanna make a brand new start. You've been living on the edge with forever as a pledge. No more giving it up, turning me loose, setting us free. Baby, keeping it real, cause we got what it takes for sure. There's no turning back anymore. Can you see it's all a game? Life goes on all the same. If at first you don't succeed, all you've got is all you need. If you believe, then stake your claim.
Hello, Rise and Thrivers, and welcome to another episode of Rise and Thrive Together. It is Monday, November 24th, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's the last Monday of November. So before we get started, we always want you to know who we are and what we're about. We are Rise and Thrive Together. We are a vibrant community committed to educate and empower and equip you to get the results that you want through real talk and taking real action. So welcome, sis. Here we are today, the last Monday of November. Like we are talking like X amount of weeks before we are into our 2026. Crazy.
I'm super excited.
Are you?
Yay! I missed you last week.
We
There's
missed you
family
too.
stuff to take care of, so it's good to be here.
It
I'm
is.
super excited for our guest.
I know. So it's been a really great month. I love the topic. So thank you, everybody who's been jumping in and our guests that have been here. Last week, we went from the level of crazy, because we all have a level of crazy with Esther, from crazy to clarity. And she just can't wait to reconnect with you, Raquel. And we had a great time talking about this. But this whole month has been about, really like fine tuning and flourishing, right? From our mindset to our habits into the spaces that we live in. And so, before we get to our guest or anything else, like, tell me, like, what has been opening up for you, or what have you taken on, like, thinking about this topic? What's been coming up for you about it?
I absolutely love it. It's got me so stoked to start working on my vision board. I've started looking up things that I'm tired of talking about and not taking any action with it. So one of the things is I actually want to be a notary.
Ooh,
Random, but it's something I want to do. And so I was actually doing research on it and what I need and what happens and how long it takes. And more importantly, do I have to take an exam? And yes, I do. But I want to do that. So I was looking that up, and also learning sign language. I was looking up where I can take it. I think this one, swim. Now, let's be real clear here, right? This is real talk. So real talk, if you ask me, yes, I can swim. Now, if you ask others, they will say no, but we're not asking them because they're not on here. We asking me. And so I just need to brush up on my swimming skills.
love
And
it.
so I found a place that is in the neighborhood where I do my strength training. And so I'm excited. I've already got 3 things, and like the year hasn't started, but I've started the prep work. So I'm fine tuning in order for me to flourish. The only thing I really can't fine tune is the swimming part. And y'all, really and truly, I can't. I can float. The only thing with swimming that might present an issue for me is treading water. So if my feet can't touch the ground or the floor, the sea floor, yeah, that might be an issue, but I'm gonna get that. That's why I'm gonna go and learn how to swim.
Nice.
Super excited, but that's how I'm flourishing. I absolutely love it. And reconnected with my sister. We've been just not really communicating, and so she came forward and was like, "Hey, I'm mad that we're not even trying. So let's see if we can do this and fix this." I'm like, "Okay, I'm down to fix it." So yeah.
I love that. It's really what I just heard from you was like how we flourish and by is when we start within, right? We know in Rise and Thrive Together, it starts within. So Raquel is like talking about the things that she's fine tuning within herself, and like even like exploring what are some of the things that she's always wanted to do, like notary. By the way, I've known her for a long time. If you asked me,
Never heard it.
seriously, someone could have like called me and said, for $1,000,000, would Raquel be a notary? And I would have said no, and I would have lost $1,000,000. But that showed up inside of as you're, just taking on fine tuning and flourishing in those things that matter to you. And swim, we all know she does the polar plunge every year. She shared already this, like during this month, where she's going next year. And
Illinois.
she's off to Illinois and she's plunging there. But like now she really wants to fine tune that swimming, where she can feel confident in where she can tread water without touching ground. Right. So I'm super excited for you. That is amazing.
What about you? What about you as we wrap up Fine Tune
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Flourish?
so it has been such a fun conversation. And, all you guys may or may not know, I'm a singer. I've been a singer for a long time in a band. And, our band has been on a hiatus for a long time. We weren't looking to come back together for many different reasons. We all love each other as chosen family. But we all know Hal Eisenberg. We know he's been like our other co-host for so long. He has put together an opportunity, and the band has said yes in 2026 to get together in another like place, not even in the United States. And so as much as I love to sing, and like, yeah, I can right now, like sing something, but I really need to fine tune singing for the 3 sets, right? I really need to start really working on my vocal cords, breathing the right way, not going to karaoke or just being like ham, and really doing that. And a lot has changed from different weather. So I found on my computer my original vocal coach, and she left me all this great stuff to practice. And I've had it from like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And so that's that goal going into this, this year and going into next year, because it'll be in the first quarter, maybe second quarter, when we're going to be playing out and really fine tuning that. And Hal's got some amazing songs that he wants to record. And so it'll be the first time, 2026, hopefully going into a studio and recording our originals. So that's the big one, which is where I'm fine tuning. And the other fine tuning I'm going to say is just always about, really loved having Esther. If you guys didn't see that, and Raquel, like, if you didn't get a chance to watch, it really is always fine tuning this emotional regulation. I'm a woman of self-expression, and really noticing, allowing my emotions to come through, but like the 0 to 60, I'm fine tuning that. Like when I'm at 0 to 60, there are things in that mindset, and there's things in those spaces that need to really get cleared. So from October, from clearing out and cluttering that into November. So that's what I'm really committed to. And I've had some amazing events in the past couple of weeks. And even in classes, people are saying there's something different about you, because I'm fine tuning my awareness and seeing where I'm not taking care of myself and not having that emotional regulation. So I'm not going from reactionary. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. Before I forget, guys, I do have to jump off a little early today because I have a commitment, another commitment, and I have a meeting that I must attend. So if you guys see me pop off,
Don't leave.
I don't want you to think I dropped off. Not this time. But I do have a meeting. So I just want to be respectful to our audience and let them know in case they see me dip out, as the kids say.
Well, I think we are so ready. I'm so excited to put up this extraordinary, beautiful social media to talk about this amazing woman named Perla Lichi, who is a luxury interior designer for some of the most extraordinary, from personal to business to castles to anything that you want. She is available to make that happen for you. This is a woman that like literally wants to have color and your self-expression in everything. And she is not just just an amazing and interior designer for decades, 4 decades to be exact. She is the woman who is now trademarked and has her own movement. Her own movement. And I'm going to stand up for it. Ready? I can't do boring. I can't do boring. That is her movement. And it is a movement that means so much to her. I'm not going to speak a lot about it because I'm going to have her do it. She has her own talk show. She has her own YouTube channel. She is just one of the most incredible, fascinating, generous, loving people I can possibly imagine. And I will give a shout out to Blanca because it is thanks to her and her community that we got to meet Perla Lichi. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on the one and only Perla. Woo!
Oh my God. Ooh, how does that go? I like that. I like that. This is good news, right? When you do this, I love it, that. Honey, well, I know it's backwards, but yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So use a mirror to read it. No, I love you. So thank you. Wow, what an intro. I'm starting to like me. Woo! Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes. Oh, MG, 4 decades. Did you say that? That's like 40 years in the design business. And you know what it is? It didn't feel like it was that long, but I guess when you like what you do, time just flies when you're having fun, you know? It's one of those things. And here I am. I Can't Do Boring is one of my newest, I'm going to use the word tags, trademark tags. And if you want to know how that came about, figure that one out. You figure that one out. How about that?
I think we'll figure it out by just being with you tonight. So thank you.
All righty. Yes.
Thank you for coming on. And we're talking about fine tuning and flourishing. But I know my sister from another mister over there is, like I told you behind the scenes, probably one of the best question people to start off everything and listen for. So Raquel, I'm going to give this to you because you're going to just start it off for us.
Wow. So I want to go with a more basic and general question. 40 years is a long time, and you can't do boring after 40 years. How did you get started on this path of being a designer, and were you boring at one point?
Hello? No.
So it's a two-part. Two-part.
No, I can't. It's like asking a cat to bark or a dog to go meow. Never. I mean, that's just a metaphor. But how did I start? I don't know. You know, it's one of those things that it was like a destiny, if you know what I'm saying. Life took me there. I've always enjoyed art. I've always been an artist. I actually wanted to be a fashion designer. But destiny took me to interior design back in when I was in high school. And here I am 40 years later. And it doesn't seem like 40 years, you know, every decade I reinvented myself. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Not every decade, every month, you know. You just, that's why I'm not bored with myself. No, the thing is this, when you believe in what you do and you enjoy what you do and you're passionate about what you do, you know, I don't know, you just do it. And I think reinventing yourself would be the one way of not getting bored. Maybe that's the answer to the question, you know. Just keep on reinventing yourself in any way. I mean, I wasn't always like wearing a pink hat. Okay, I had a
Which I
red
love,
one.
by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I had a red hat at one point. I had no hat at one point. I'm just kidding, you know. And you gotta just kind of like live, love, laugh, you know, in life, and just have a positive attitude. I may not look it because I'm very artsy, you know, but I'm actually very spiritual.
Okay.
Don't ask me to meditate because that's
No, we don't want you to do that now
no,
anyway, because you know
no.
this is live. So
No, I
no
decorate.
meditation.
Yeah, right. Then everybody's going to be bored and they're leaving. We don't want that. I love it.
Now, it's so interesting. You said one, you reinvent yourself as often as necessary. And one thing you said live, love, laugh. Most people miss the first one.
You're right. Even though they don't realize they are living in it,
Mm-hmm.
they're
Mm.
they're living in it. So living, it happens when you're here on Earth. So enjoy every day is what I'm going to say to that one. Because while you're here living your life, where whatever path you have in your life, enjoy every day in it. And why not laugh? Okay. And for sure, love, because to me, the
Mm.
power of love conquers all. It's the most powerful energy you could put out there, so live, love, laugh, it's one of my another one of my taglines. And you just, I don't know, maybe because it's L for lychee, I don't know, I just like that, and that's it. It's just a way of life.
So I got
Absolutely.
something, Perla, because that's
Yeah.
really great. Like, live, love, laugh. But we know, and we've talked about this behind the scenes. This is the week, for most people, or the time of year with the holidays, right? And the
Right.
holidays can be very stressful, and the holidays can definitely bring up the space of living not to be fun to live in, and sometimes hard to laugh in, and definitely might be hard to even love in. So
Mm.
inside of this whole entire, movement of I can't do boring, and I know that you are spiritual and a woman of mindset, you have your own podcast as well.
Mhm.
What can you say about that? Like, tell us about Perla on those. I've been with you and I've been to a lot of events with you, but like I know there are times that you might have some circumstances that you run into, some clients that are not the easiest that you've been with, or even just your own days. What can you say to the audience about that?
Well, life is not just about not being bored, okay? I'm not going to say that life is just about laughing. You got to love. You got to always love, because when you have a heart that keeps you pumping and keeps you going, love comes naturally. If you're a loving person, you got to love. That I'm going to say that. You're living. The laugh part, that's kind of like a hit or miss. Think about it. Sometimes you cry.
Mm.
Okay, sometimes you laugh, sometimes, but you're living, and the love, you have to just be a loving person. So I don't know, I mean, um I gotta tell you, sometimes I laugh on my outside, but really deep down I'm crying. But it
Mm.
doesn't mean I'm gonna show it. Some people do that. Some people hide their emotions with jokes when they're really down, but then they make a joke to hide their own emotions. It's kind of like a psychology thing. I'm no psychology, but I know I do. Okay. Don't, it's like when you're most vulnerable. I find it that you have to deal with your own emotions in general, but I don't know how to explain it, but laughing to me, okay, and making the best out of any situation, is kind of like turn a lemon into a sweet lemonade. I don't know if
Mm.
that if you understand where I'm going with this whole
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I just go like that, but everybody has to understand that concept, okay? So that you know my direction. It's all about what you put out there is what's going to come back. And nothing is perfect. If everything was perfect, then what would life be?
Boring.
Y-
Mm.
Well, pretty much. You're right. Sometimes I actually make something for it to something happen. Like you instigate things, you instigate situations so
Yes,
that
you do.
you're not bored. So yeah, it's kind of like the evolution of life. You can't just be stagnant. Your life has
Mm.
its ups and downs, and I know that's a cliche, but that's the reality.
Mm.
Here's the other part of that, right? If you
Mm.
choose to be stagnant, then you can't blame it on someone else because you were not active in getting involved in your own life. We like to blame too much, and we need to cut that out and take responsibility for our part.
There you
Right?
go.
The role that we played. So, and I want to say the first person you need to love is you, because if you don't love you, how can you possibly love anyone else? And again, that sounds real cliche, but that's real talk.
It is
Yep.
Like a
real
lot of
talk.
people out there, I love him, but what about you? I love her. I love this person, but you don't love you. So how can you love someone else when you don't know how to give it to self?
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Very.
So
Words of
so
wisdom
yeah,
right
just
there.
a little bit of
Yeah.
wisdom, a little bit of wisdom. Now, what I want to dip into for a hot second, because is this design thing. Like I
Yes.
heard something about you designing a castle. I totally switched gears. Sorry, y'all.
Oh yeah. Now we're
What
talking.
is that
Now I'm in my
about?
element. Yeah. I
What?
mean,
A
don't get me
castle?
wrong. I could talk about live, love, laugh until the skies turn gray, which is often here in Florida, but it's still okay. But yes, design, that's my passion. Okay. That's my fashion. That's what I've been doing for 40 years. I started early though, when I was about 3. So don't do the math. I throw that in. Yeah, no, a long time. But I've designed palaces all over the world actually. Throughout those 40 years, success comes with hard work, okay?
Hmm.
With good attitude, understanding people, being a people person, finding your niche, reinventing yourself, and on and on and on. But the castle, yeah, there is a castle right now that we're designing right here on this hemisphere, and it's in Wellington, and it's going to be unbelievable because it's kind of like a fusion of 300 years of
Mm.
styles into one castle that's a reproduction of an Irish castle. And guess what? It's going to be a venue for weddings. So if anybody's getting married, start
Wow.
booking
Raquel!
it.
Raquel's looking for a man. People, we got the venue. Now let's get the guy. Let's get the
There's
guy.
a
Let's go.
oh,
I
that's all.
love
You
it.
start with a venue, honey. Trust me. It's got like the crown jewels theme.
Wow.
And what do I mean by that? Like, let's say there's like 8 suites, and you can have the ruby suite, the emerald suite, the amethyst suite. Of course, the master is a diamond suite, and the swimming pool. When do you see this pool?
Uh,
You remember that Versace swimming pool from the Versace mansion?
If
Like,
you don't look it up, people look it up.
you gotta
Because
look up
I
the
was about to say I
Versace.
never been, but if you want to take me, I'll be able to say yes, I know that pool.
That kind of a concept, but reinvented. Okay,
Wow.
so it's all about the royal crown jewels, whatever. So it's a fun project, but um, I'm happy designing a 2-bedroom apartment too.
Hmm.
I
Right
mean
here.
it.
Right here. Lexi's
Yeah,
room. She's
it's
ready.
designing a castle, a palace, a condo, a home. It's all about the people. That's been my
Hmm.
attitude. I mean, reinventing myself, this and that, that's just one part of it. But the most important about being an interior designer, yes, you got to get your degree, you got to learn, you got to know the technical, you got to be creative, artsy, and all of that. But if you're not a people person, forget
Not
about
gonna
it.
work.
Nope.
Forget about it.
Wow.
Think about it. Think about it. What is the most personal thing you have? I'm talking about tangible. What's the most personal thing you have?
Wow. I don't
Your
know.
home. Your
Oh.
home, right? So if I'm gonna design your home and I don't understand you and I'm
Hmm.
not bonding with you, how am I gonna, design it for you? What, I'm gonna do cookie cutters? Nah. Everybody's home should be different because it should represent you. It should be your
Hmm.
lifestyle, your culture, all of the above. So that's like a whole other subject I can get into if you guys wanna not be
No, but
bored.
it's perfect because I honestly, Raquel, I was saying behind the scenes, guys, my daughter got to go
Mm,
down. I have not had an opportunity for 2 years to get to finally see Perla's designing, interior design, room where people can get to go in. And it was my daughter was like in a candy shop. It was everything was different from everything from, beautiful. I didn't even know like the throw rugs. Probably you've got to bring people up to show like the throws that you throw on your couches or around you, the wraps she makes handmade, and then she throws ribbons in and feathers and all these different things that she does personally. My daughter's a pink person, so it's like
mm,
perfect. But all of a sudden, for the first time, she's like, "Mommy, wait, what's that?" And she saw these different color blues and these different color aquamarines, and she never really saw it in a way where it come together, and she just saw this whole area where she's like, because her room is hot pink and she's got this light green. She's like, no, I want it this way, and she's like picking out. She never thought of all of that, and she's just like, I can throw in that light blue pillow, and I can have this high pink wall, and I could throw in that. It was so amazing. I really truly like she, you
Oh,
know, it was just amazing. Perla's like little grandson
precious.
was there, and he was trying to get her attention, and they couldn't even hang out because she was just. She has a gift like Perla, to be honest.
Yes.
With people, she really does. I love stuff, but like she has that, there is that special talent. So I really can't wait for her to do an internship with Perla.
Bring her over. Well, people are born with that. I truly do
I think
believe
so.
that. She was born with that, creativity where she sees color in a different way. She appreciates it. She understands the texture. She gravitates to that beauty. People are born with that, and ever since they're little. Like I know I did when I was little. I was hanging my mother's international doll collection on the wall. I mean, I got in trouble for it because I pretty much like killed those dolls. I was hanging like that, another one like that. And my mother goes to me, Perla, what are you, a decorator? I'm like, like I got in trouble for it because I really killed those dolls. But it's signs of trying to get a little child getting creative. And your daughter, when she saw all those things and got all excited to the point, where she noticed different things, people are born with that. And that's what I love about my what I do, which I've been doing that more and more so often, with all the time that I've been designing for different people, all walks of life, all cultures, okay? And the fact that I left a mark, okay, and people were inspired by what I did. And then I met a girl that she used to be like your daughter. She was probably in her early teens, and then she came to a home show and pulled me over, and she says, Perla, you don't remember my mother? And she gave me her name, and I'm like, wait, I know the name. She says, well, you did my mother's home, and I was a teenager, and I decided I was going to be an interior designer,
Mm.
Mm,
and she became an interior designer. So I made a difference in someone's life. Let's put aside the fact that I designed their homes and whatnot, but this girl became a designer and she's doing her own work. You know how good that makes me feel? That's priceless to me.
that's so
So you
awesome.
understand that if you know what I'm saying. So
Yes.
That's so awesome. Now, Pearl, I've got a question for you.
sure.
So you don't know anybody that's watching us on this call. So the holidays are coming up. People may want to refresh a space in their house. What would you suggest is the first thing? Let's say it's a bedroom or a living
Okay.
room. Let's do a living room. What would you suggest is the first thing they should look to change?
Well, the first thing and the easiest things are the throw pillows.
Really?
Yes, because that's the easy. You can keep your sofa. You don't have to go and get new furniture. Get some new fresh color throw pillows and you're throwing in a whole vibe. You can also bring in, accessories. I mean, I just threw these in for Thanksgiving, cute little accessories representing pumpkins. And it's just like something to add on, and they're glass. But I'm
Mhm.
just saying you could pick little accents that changes. It's like, I always like to relate interiors to fashion.
Mm,
Like you can have a basic, let's call it a basic black dress, let's say. All of a sudden, you throw in the jacket, the hat, the earrings, and the belt. All of a sudden, that black dress has a whole different vibe. So,
wow.
your home, keep it pretty neutral. For the most part, is what I would suggest. But then bring in your punch of color, your punch of textures in your pillows, in a little area rug, the piece of art, your accessories. And you can change the vibe just by changing small things. You don't have to remodel the whole house. I mean, this is a little
Mm.
suggestion here.
So don't go crazy with paint. Just like I would have never thought. Had you asked
No,
me, I'd have been like, paint the walls, right? And you're
no,
like, no, throw pillows, textures,
don't paint.
patterns.
Yeah, no, that's a
Wow.
job. That's a job. The walls have to be kind of like your foundation on your face, neutral. Then you
Oh,
bring in the pillow, that's your lipstick. You bring in the eyeshadows, that could be the accessory. You bring in the hat, that could be the art on the wall. But for the most part, if you keep your home, I'm going to say neutral, whether it's in the whites, in the creams, in the taupes, in the grays, monochromatic is the technical term. Okay. Monochromatic, neutral. And then you bring in accents of color. We don't have the four seasons here in Florida, so everything is, not never changing. But you can change with the seasons, or you can change with the mood, with the small things.
I am so blown away right now. I
Wow.
can't wait for
It's
my
true.
husband to watch this because he does the color of the walls. So like then we're stuck with that. And we have to like put the accents with the colors. Same with my daughter now. So now I'm just thinking like, Raquel, I'm seeing your space right now, like the accents of those yellows, right? That just pops the picture. But then in 2 seconds, you can go and say, I want blue pillows and I want like a different painting.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be expensive. There's great places. Pop it up, $15. Marketplace, people getting rid of stuff at, oh my goodness. So now I whole house.
Totally change the vibe. It's the oldest trick in the book, but some people don't realize, like you just said, who's gonna go and repaint all the walls? What about the floor? You're gonna change your carpet too? No. Keep it monochromatic, neutral, and change the vibe with the color, with the texture. Do a throw, bring in the textures, Here we go. Now I got a whole different vibe right now. How about that?
Wow.
So that's number one rule. Okay. Now you want to go with a whole remodel. That's like going and getting a whole facelift. We're not getting facelifts all the time. We just change makeup.
I can't do boring. I love it.
I
Hold on.
love it. I love
No,
Got the sign
but you're
up.
speaking our
I
language.
warned you.
No,
I
you're
love
speaking
it,
our
though.
language. Yes, you're speaking the language. Ellen wrote in, I changed my dining room chairs and it transformed my dining room. I put a new tablecloth on
Right.
and I got a new dining room. Right? It's the little things like just the covers of the chairs, right?
There you go. Yes.
That like and they
Yes.
don't even have to be the ones that are, just flip on and off. I know Raquel, you're looking at time because like Raquel's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I've got one quick question
So
though.
Oh, go for it, girl.
I want to know before I jump off. What are your thoughts on people who have 20,000 pillows on their bed, like the little square pillow, the round pillow? What are your thoughts on that?
I love those people. The more the better. Just have the husband remove them and have the husband put them back.
I was just about to
That's
say, because you got to take
the
them all
rule.
off at night and put them all on in the morning. Oh my gosh. Perla, we have to have
Yeah.
you back on.
Oh no, she has a
I'm-
guest, and we got to bring like her
I love
partner
it.
Lisa. We got to have Lisa on with her because there is.
Oh, Lisa will be great. Yes.
Oh
And
my gosh, I'm so stoked.
I know she has a great YouTube channel, guys. I'll put it on. Rock, if you have to run out, I'm just going to finish up because a couple more people are.
I do.
going on.
I have to run because I'm not chairing the meeting, but I need to be there. Perla,
Oh,
it was such a pleasure meeting you.
Same
Super
here.
excited. I have to get to Florida and see your studio.
come
Yeah.
on over.
We're going to do the
I
show
love
there, Rock. You're going to come and we're going to do the show live.
You'll come to
Yes.
Home and Soul Harmony, which is a fun vibe too. Be
I love
fun.
it. But I'm going to make
Yes.
sure that I come and I've got textures and I'm not boring.
Oh,
Even with
honey,
my
no,
outfit.
already.
I know I'm
That's
not
it.
boring as a person, but with my outfit.
Nah, none
No.
of that. We're loving it. We're loving it.
Oh my gosh. You take care. Have a blessed holiday, whatever you celebrate.
You too.
To our audience,
Yes.
we want to say happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it, be safe. Please don't eat too much till your button go boom and hit the person across the table. Take care, sis. We'll talk. Love you guys.
Love you. I love you.
That's hilarious. She's great.
Awesome. That's right.
Love it.
All right. This is it. I just wanted to stay on a couple of more minutes just to say how much this was amazing. I did want to give a big shout out because you just, again, I love the idea of the way you did it. We mostly have women who watch this show. So I love the
Good.
way you did it. Like, I mean, listen, we love you men too. So we can just do the same thing. Anything we just happen to have lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, little things like that. So I loved all those little metaphors. But I do want to shout out to everybody to say, besides just, of course, your interior design and then the beautiful, you've got this movement, you've got this amazing, clothing that you're doing, tote bags that you're doing, and letting people know right now. I'm putting it up there, guys. You can shop I Can't Do Boring on right here. This whole little shop. She's got tons of shirts and hats. She's got the totes that are coming out. I've got the tank top that I'm going to be wearing tomorrow for my classes for Zumba. And I didn't know, and I wish Raquel was still here, that I found I Can't Do Boring album.
There's the I Can't Do Boring album. Yes. You guys can download on Apple Music, on
Spotify.
Spotify,
Yep.
all of those. And if you are doing reels on Instagram of something not boring or fabulous, you can look for, you put a song to your
Yeah.
reels.
That's
Just look for I Can't Do Boring. I Can't Do Boring. Just like I can. And you have a few different versions. You have a little bit more of a rap, a little bit more of a pop, different versions of the I Can't Do Boring, and you can use the music on your reels. And it's just been a great, people are just loving it because people want to enjoy life, like I said earlier, live, love, laugh. And why be bored? Hello,
I love
just
it.
saying.
I just
Yeah.
found it. So my reel with, your stuff was I had Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. But I could have found I Can't Do Boring. But yes, it is so much fun. What do you want to leave? We always ask our guests, what do you want to leave, our guests with just a couple of golden nuggets, again, bringing it back to fine tuning, flourishing for November, from our habits to our spaces to our mindset, just a couple of golden nuggets for them.
Well, I mean, I think, like I said earlier, I think it's all about what's within your attitude. You put out the positive vibes, and the universe send it back, tenfold. It's the law of attraction. And life is something that you gotta live it and enjoy every minute, and take a lemon and make sweet lemonade out of it, and just try to think positive, because when you think positive, positive things come. When you think negative, sadly enough, it goes that direction. It's all here.
Yes,
It's a power. It's the power that you put out that's going to come back, and just make the best out of everything. And that goes with attitude, with the way you dress, with the way you decorate your home, with the way you treat people, you speak to people. A smile goes a long way. It's all within you. You have the power. You can control all of that. No one else does but yourself. So I all I gotta say is reinforce what I've been saying.
I
So
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm walking away with, that's why Perla and I, we've been to events together. We have so much fun together.
yeah.
A little bit, guys. Just think, what do you want to fine tune? We always start within ourselves, right?
Mhm.
That could be that, just that inner conversation that you're saying about yourself and others. You can tweak that. I totally got even for myself today. Oh my God. I thought we were so set in our home, but like, now my husband's going to come home with my daughter and be like, we're painting the walls beige, and then it's going to
Keep
change.
it neutral, monochromatic.
Oh my
You
goodness.
got your own little decorator there. She's got it within.
So
She's
great.
got the taste.
You guys have to go and find her. Go down to perlalichi.com. If you're in Florida, no matter where you are in Florida, especially if you're down for South Florida, make sure you go visit the room. It is a joy. You always make me so happy. And guys, we know that together we can only do this when we rise and thrive. So thank you so much, Perla. Until next time.